Good day to you. We've got some Fallout 76 news to go over, including some brand new times for the beta and an update about how long the beta is going to be running from day to day. It looks like they're going to be adding in 2-hour windows. Then we're going to be talking about the PC specifications. Finally, we have an official answer about those, so check that out. Remember, join my daily streams. See that description below. I do them around 4 p.m. Pacific time. Check it out. And also, I'm going to stream like basically every single time the Fallout 76 beta is up. Alright, so welcome back, my fellow Vault Dwellers and Wasteland Wonders to open world games. We've got a lot to dive into. Plus, I'm going to be going over your reactions about the beta for those of you that actually played it. So, community reactions as a whole. I've done my own reactions. You guys have checked out that video. But I did want to highlight your reactions too. But yes, the beta times are now Saturday, October 27th, 5 p.m. Eastern Time to 7 p.m. Eastern Time. And then also Sunday, October 28th, 12 p.m. Eastern Time to 2 p.m. Eastern Time. And then they say we'll have more sessions featuring extended hours to share soon. Thank you for your support. So it's not going to be just 2-hour sessions coming up, so that is good news. But they do explain what is going on. They did actually update the beta FAQ with both an explanation about the 2-hour sessions and then also about the PC specs. So let's go over that right now. So they go on to say this update on October 24th. During the beta, one of our primary goals is to stress test and break the game. As such, their servers will not be running 24/7. Instead, they'll be online during targeted time frames so we can get as many people as possible playing at the same time. Why? Because that's the best way to put our systems to the test and see how they respond. Makes complete sense to me. They go on to say this, though. On any given day, the game might be up for anywhere from 2 to 8 hours. And this has been updated. They say we previously stated the beta would be live for 4 to 8 hour increments. We have updated plans to include 2-hour sessions to allow the development team to assess shorter, more targeted burst tests. Focusing as many players as we can into those windows is our prime objective. Then we'll fix what we need to fix and do it again and again from the start of the beta until a few days before launch. We'll give you much more of a heads up as possible because we need you to log in during those times and play the game. We'll also keep you posted throughout our official, Twitter, whatever, website, forums, and stuff like that. But yeah, I will keep you guys also updated about those times too. But that's the explanation. Let me know, does that work for you guys? Do you think that's a good enough explanation? Do you think that, you kind of feel like you've been scammed out of the beta and you wish that it was running 24/7? I think 2 hours is pretty short. But also, something else I wanted to mention to you guys is I would rather play this game when they actually have all the issues ironed out. I don't want to be playing the majority of my experience of Fallout 76 during the beta. Do you get what I'm saying? I want them to fix stuff while we're stressing it the hell out of the servers, and then I could really enjoy the game when it's running really, really smooth during launch. So I get why they're doing this, honestly. I get some of their perspective here as to why they want to cram people in a 2-hour window on a freaking Saturday when it would be absolutely crowded, and they want to stress that big time. So makes sense, but also it's kind of a bummer as well. Also, let's go over the PC system specs, shall we? So here they are. What are the PC system requirements? So this is the minimum requirements here. 64-bit processor and operating system of Windows 7, 8, 10, 64-bit again. And then Intel, Core i7 4790, 3.6 gigahertz, or AMD Ryzen. Let me know what you guys are going with. Are you going with Intel or AMD? I'm always curious about that discussion. I'm on an Intel over here. And then we've got the graphics card, which the minimum is going to be the 780 or the R9 285. And then, of course, you're going to require 8 gigabytes of RAM and then 60 gigabytes of storage space, so keep that in mind. Of course, you're going to want to go with what is recommended here, and they're saying that it's going to be an Intel i7 4790 3.6 gigahertz, or the Ryzen, what is that, 1500X 3.5 gigahertz. So not really a difference there between the minimum and recommended, I noticed, for the actual processor. But with the graphics card, you do have a difference. So to really get the best experience, you're going to want to go for the 970 or higher, or the R9 290X or higher. So there you go with the actual system requirements. Let me know what you guys are playing on. Are you planning on playing this game on the PC, PS4, or Xbox One? I'm starting on the Xbox One again and then moving to PC. I think that's going to be the plan. I'm finding so many people that I want to play with on Xbox One lately just by randomly playing the game. So it's gonna be tough deciding on what to do here. Oh, by the way, special thank you to you guys that, you know, tagged me on Twitter, messaged me on Facebook, and on Discord. Thank you guys for letting me know, you know, about the latest news. You guys, I look at my phone, you know, in the morning. I'm like, man, you guys are on it. So really appreciate it. Don't be afraid to follow me out on my social media down in the description below. But yes, let's get into your reactions about the beta, your experience with the whole beta, and did you like it? Did you enjoy it? Overall, I'm seeing that's pretty much a positive response, but let's get into this. So, first reaction comes from K.I. Spoos, I think it is, Spoos, who says, I've been keeping an open mind because this game is getting a lot of flack, but I played the 4 hours yesterday and fell in love. I can't wait to play it again on PC, though, because I prefer PC for Fallout games. Yeah, I know. I hear you on that one. I did play, I think it was my first real, like, Fallout experience. I think it was, like, Fallout 3 or something like that, and ran really choppy on console. Then, finally, I managed to finally get a PC for Fallout 4, and it was personally a 9-day experience. But, still, can't wait to try Fallout more on consoles. I hope to do some stuff with you guys on consoles as well. It still ran pretty smooth. You're seeing it right now running on Xbox One. This is not even Xbox One X. Next up, we have Devin, who says, I personally had a great experience. Frame rate drop was rare for me. Lag was bad, though, around other players. The major thing was enemies not being able to be damaged, and at building a door in my camp, I could not open the door and was locked out of my house and could not delete the door. That's terrible. I don't know why I'm laughing. I'm so sorry. But honestly, yeah, you know, bugs can be funny in, you know, Skyrim, Fallout games, Bethesda games in general. But game-breaking bugs like that, of course, need to be addressed and fixed for sure. Especially when it's an online game like this. You don't get multiple save slots or anything like that. So, yeah. All right, next up we have Jack Ladd, who says, I'm going to solo the crap out of this game. And a lot of you guys agreed with this. It seems like a lot of you are going to be going after solo play with this one versus co-op. And I'm curious to see how much of you accidentally end up in co-op, because that was my experience. I was like planning on solo playing it, and I've heard this story many, many times. But, you know, someone came up to me and they said hello, and I was like, they sound kind of normal. I'll put on my mic, and it ended up being a great experience. So that was freaking awesome. That's something I really enjoyed. All right, next up we have The Crow, I'm just going to say that, who says the following. The 1 month rule is what I will go by for this game. What I have seen minus the story, the grind loop will be the same from exiting the vault till end game. Right now people are stuck on, ooh, pretty, a new game. Once that wears off, we will really see the opinions of the people, be it good or bad. And that's what I said in my initial feedback. I said, you know, we're going to have to wait a week, 2 weeks, and then finally a month down the road to see if this game really has the legs, the longevity of what they're promising. They're promising like 150 hours of side quests alone. Will they pull that off? Or will these be redundant side quests, side activities? That's going to be super important to this game's survivability in the future. I'm also curious to see what they do with this live service. So, yeah, totally agree with you. I'm really reserving my final opinion about this game a month out. And hopefully we get a ton of updates as well. All right, next up we have LeChark, who says, I'm sick of seeing the same 3 to 4 weapons, pipe revolver, pistol, hunting rifle, in Fallout 76 videos. I want the real stuff. the laser weapons, SMGs, and handheld death machines. Oh, I'm sure they're in there. I am sure they are in there. You know, in this clip here, we saw like a weird ski sword. So that was cool to see. And I could not equip it or anything because it was too high of a level. So I'm really wanting to get back in there and try that ski sword. But yeah, there's going to be, I'm sure there's going to be some really cool weapon mods and weapons that we can also craft as well. All right, next up we have Chris Walker, who says, here was my experience. Overall, I loved it. I built a very nice house, made a farm, and duoed a few caves with my buddy. Had a blast. There were 2 brief hiccups, however. In the beginning, by Overseer's camp, there were 2 weak ghouls that were T-posing and sliding. One stood upright, the other was partially in the ground on its side. After this, I never came across it again. I actually did also come across some ghouls that were where I could not damage them, that were just standing in the river. And by never have that happen again like you. And he says, number 2, the network disconnect everyone got. But it's no biggie. Other than that, I had no frame rate issues on my Xbox One X. I did get a cool mutation too. When melee attacked, there was a chance to shock your opponent. It looks like an AoE thing with cool visuals. No negative effects to the mutation either. I'm a bit bummed that the beta isn't every day like I thought it would be, but I wouldn't want to bum myself out either. Overall, love the videos. Keep it coming. Will do. Man, I'm so jealous of your mutation. I did not realize that that was out there, and it has no negative effects. Man, that sounds really cool. And I wish I did have the, Xbox One X, because of course it would be running better. But it is interesting that you mentioned the disconnect happening for everyone basically at the same moment, because I'm curious if they did that disconnect on purpose to see how people would recover, if they would be able to recover in the way I did. Because when it happened to me and the disconnect took place, I was able to, number 1, stay connected with my teammate even though we were not in an Xbox party, which I thought was pretty cool. And I jumped right back in. It said, jump back in with your team. And I was like, yeah, let's do it. And I was up and running once again within like, what, 30 seconds to a minute. So I'm thinking that they did that disconnect on purpose because they want to test the, that experience of what would happen. So at least that's good that they're testing that out, it seems. All right, next up we have Ken, who says, since this is more of a world to live in rather than a game to finish, I like the realism of it being dark, most of the time. Nighttime, sunsets, and sunrises are darker and compromised most of the day. In this way, it makes it more of an apocalypse sim. Choosing when to explore and when to build, depending on your comfort level with darkness, is a part of this. I hope they don't change it. So you guys are seeing nighttime gameplay here throughout this whole experience. I like the darkness when entering the buildings. I think I have more of a problem with how dark it is when exploring the open world. That's my personal opinion. I actually got done streaming Red Dead Redemption 1 recently, and it's pretty dark feeling, but it is illuminated a little bit more when you are actually roaming around the open world. I'm still conflicted about this because State of Decay 2, I actually had major problems with it being so damn dark in that game. And that was one feature they were advertising constantly. Let me know what your opinion is about this, but again, I think we may roam into like flashlight attachments, so I don't think in the end it's going to be that big of a problem. But guys, there it is, all the latest news about Fallout 76. Remember those beta times right here. Saturday and Sunday, both of them are going to be offering different times, and also that 2-hour window. Then they do promise that there will be sessions that are going to be longer as well. Remember to join my streams. Would love to have you guys out there coming in and say hello. It actually doesn't require you to log in to Facebook to actually, come into my streams, by the way. So check that out. But guys, thanks for watching. Stay tuned for more Fallout 76 and open world gaming goodness. And I will see you once again soon enough in the Wasteland. Take care.